Good morning. It's been a pretty slow morning this morning because it's chilly outside. It was only 12 degrees when I took Avery out for a walk, and now it's up to 14, but it's still, and in the shade, I think it's even colder than that. So, not doing much there. So, just been hanging out in here, made a coffee. And then I had, I don't have a toaster obviously, but I took frying pan. I tried to toast English muffin, but then I had nothing to put on it. I had no jam. I had butter, but that was it. But I had peanut butter. I thought, okay, well, I'll put peanut butter on it. It's bland, it's boring, it's ugh. And I just don't know if I feel like cooking anything. I mean, I could make another tea biscuit. They were nice, but... And of course, it heats up the place, which is nice when you turn on the stove. The stove is working good. I think what I'm looking at right now is organizing the kitchen, really. I mean, where do you put the plates after you've washed them? Where do you store them when they're done? All of that kind of stuff. Utensils, things like that. Like right now, I've got all the utensils sitting in a cup on top of the counter. But I mean, seriously, how many utensils do I need? It comes in a pack of four plates, four knives, four spoons. And so then, of course, last night I'm doing flipping dishes before bed because I'm like, oh, damn, these have been sitting all day. So definitely got to get more organized that way for sure. Because I can't be leaving stuff. And then, of course, the frying pan. Pulled the frying pan out to toast up the thing and realized that, oh, I never cleaned it last night after I cooked that hamburger. So that was, luckily it doesn't stick too bad. I just put vinegar on it, a little bit of water, and then turned on the heat and wiped it out. But again, last night doing dishes, it was like a mess because I didn't really, what am I going to use? Paper towels? They just fall apart. I was using a washcloth that I had, but that's like too wet. I don't know. Dishes inside is going to be tricky. I got to figure that out. I did have everything on the battery pack last night that I wanted because I wanted to test. And the only thing I turned on the heater a couple of times, but not for very long. But just having the cooler attached and on freezer mode, which shouldn't make any difference, used up 75% of my power last night on a 1500 watt. That's insane. But I figured out what it was. It's because I used the electrical. So it went from a 9-volt fridge to an electrical conversion into an electrical battery and then back, and I think that's what sucked all the energy out. I think if I had plugged it into the 9-volt, it probably wouldn't be so bad. And I'll test that tonight, plug it in, or maybe even today. I'm not doing anything because it's too cold outside and overcast. I mean, not terribly. I mean, it's probably a lovely day, and it will get warmer. It'll get up to almost 20, and then it'll be lovely. But for right now at 14 degrees, I don't feel like going outside. I don't have warm shoes. Well, that's a lie. I have socks. Oh, yeah, I have socks. I have socks and sneakers and warm pants, and I might have to put all of those on. But yeah, so just sitting in here today, it's all about organizing and that, because if I am on the road, I'm not going to want to pull everything out, put it on the counter, put everything away to close up the lid, which is what's going to have to happen. Everything has to be at 30 inches or lower at 99% of the time. So yeah, so this will be challenging. It'll be interesting though. It won't be bad, but yeah. So I'm just sitting here. What the hell? Why does my timer say 42? That's so, I don't know what that is. Anyhow. Yeah, so that's it. I'm just sitting here trying to decide, do I want to eat something? I want to definitely put on warmer clothes. I mean, I could turn on the heater, but, because I'm plugged in now, so I'm already back up to 100% and it's only been an hour. So that's not bad. That's one good thing about that battery bank. But yeah, I'm kind of, who knows, maybe I'll leave today. There's really no reason for me to stay here once I plug everything in. Let's do that. I wish I could bring George with me, but I wish it was closer. But then I'd also be in the city and it'd be parked inside of a garage or in a parking lot somewhere, and it's not nearly as nice as being in Gravenhurst. So yeah, we'll decide today. Maybe I'll leave tonight. Maybe I slept great last night. I don't know why. I just went off on that tangent. I was like, yeah, sorry. That would be the hook. Put too much weight on it. I need to start screwing stuff in. Screwing in hooks because I need to hang things. That's the other thing I'm doing is I'm making a list of things that I need to fix or add in. I need like tea towels. I need more hooks. I have that hook that Linda gave me, but it needs screws in order to hang, and I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do that like right now. All right, so I figured out I definitely need to pre-drill. I know exactly where I want it to be now. I made marks. So 1, 2, 3. All right. So the drill bit comes off. Now we will drill our little screws in. And hopefully, God, I've dropped the screws so many times. I swear I'm going to lose them. What am I going to do with my mouth? Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I swear. I'm warning you right now. I swear a lot, especially when I'm scared and shocked. I will curse everything and everybody. Okay, let's see how that works. So that goes there, that goes there. All right, I like it. I could probably go in a little bit further, a little bit. Doesn't need to stick out that far. Not that it really matters if it's sticking out a little bit. There. Yeah. Now maybe things won't fall down all the bloody day long. Stay. Stay. Hat, another hat. The light can stay up there. It's fine. Huh, I think that was it. You know what I might actually hang here is like a garbage bag for recycling that's going to go out. Because, see, now I've got less stuff hanging up. That's fine that it covers up this window. I have that window. Nothing to see out there anyhow because it's cold and yucky. Good job. Hello. Okay, it is 12:20 p.m. So far, actually, it's worked out well that I've been stuck inside. Not really stuck inside, but chose to be inside because it's so cold outside. It's not really, probably. It's 14 degrees, but still. Probably nice in the sun, but I'm in the shade. So anyhow. Ooh, there's a little bit better lighting. Okay. But it worked out because I'm sitting here mathing. I love how mathing has become a verb. Anyhow, I digress. I've sat down and I've done the math. I've done the figuring out of where I'm going to put my shelves and how I'm going to do my shelves. I did a whole bunch of notes. I'll show them to you here. All right, so these are my notes. Yeah, it started like that. And I'm like, okay, I need drawers for underneath the bed, for sure. Got to figure that out. But I did the IKEA shelves. And of course, originally I did this one. And I thought, okay, I'll put the cooler over here, which is where I have it now. Put the fridge bag on top. And that gives me a little 4 inches on top. I can put utensils or something up there. Or, found out my stove is actually 4 inches high. Is perfect. My poop bin can go in there. Power bank where it is now, and so on and so forth. This was the side wall, and originally I was like, okay, that's good. That'll be the power bank, and I got to go over top of the wheel well. So there was that. Figured out that it's 30 inches for my counter height, but it's 30 inches for the wall. It's actually 31 inches because it's 30 plus 1 inch for countertop. So that's good to know. Oh, this was, yeah, I was going with that little 4-inch high one. I thought, okay, well, I'll put the counter on a hinge so I can open it up and access the cooktop easier rather than trying to slide it out through the 4 inches. So that's an option. But this is going to be the final. I realized afterwards, as I was doing the math and trying to figure out the best way to do it, I like the idea of the fridge being underneath the window. I think because it is 24 inches wide, if I have it here, it sticks out 24 inches, which isn't terrible because that's technically what it's doing now. It's just comes out to the door. But if I'm going to put, let's back up a bit. If I'm going to put just 12-inch deep shelves along here, it's just going to stick out, which isn't terrible, but I don't mind the idea of it being there because then it's right next to the power bank. Chances are that 9-volt plug will work better. Right now it's very loosey-goosey. I think all power banks do that. It's very frustrating. But this already is like 24 inches wide, so I thought, well, why don't I just put the fridge there, and we'll do 24 inches that way. Then I have a little cooler bag on top. And then still have the cooktop on top. Power bank stays where it is. This becomes all just kind of shelving units. So anyhow, that's roughly what I've figured out is going to work best. It'll give me a little 14-inch gap here, but those shelves from IKEA are 30 3/4 inches. So they'll just go that way, and 30 inches that way. The fridge, 2 shelves, and then this 14.5-inch gap, which I will figure out how to put a shelf in there or just leave it as 14 inches. Figure that out afterwards. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I'm going to get 2 shelves that are 12 1/4 inches deep, plus 4 extra shelves. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. The question is the countertop. What am I going to do with the countertop? Is it just going to be shelves? Could just be the extra shelves, because they would fit there, and there. Just wouldn't be here, but we can figure that out. Might leave it open. We'll figure that out later. That's not important. Who knows? Maybe that'll be my hanging closet or something. That would be kind of cool to have a little closet there that I can hang stuff, clothing, or figure that out later. It could be like a tall bin, 2 bins. I can pull stuff out. I can make that my water. Ooh, that might be my water. 14.5 inches. If I did water there and I did a sink on top. Oh, we are getting so smart. So smart. But anyhow, yeah. Actually, I like that. That 14.5 inch. I'm going to write that down. That's going to be our sink. I love it with the water underneath. Ooh, yeah. I'm very excited. And I think this is going to work well. Yeah, I want to go and get the shelves. I want to start now. Okay, it's official. The worst part of living in a small van or trailer or anywhere where there's not running water is doing dishes. Oh my God, I don't care what anybody says about this. Spray vinegar on it and wipe it clean. That doesn't work when you're cooking hamburgers and you've got grease all over the grill. It's a lot of work, and when you don't have running water, it's a pain to rinse it all off. So I don't know, I got to think about the best way to do that, or just use disposable as much as possible. But for frying pans, you kind of have to have a frying pan. You know what I'm going to do? Tin foil. That's what I'm going to do. Next time I have to fry anything and use a frying pan, I'm going to line it with tin foil first. I do that with the oven. So why wouldn't I do it with the frying pan? See, we're getting smarter every day.